Bone Spear overpowered. This build is fun to play. It's definitely squishy. It's weaker defensively than my previous Bone Spill, but it hits hard. The ability to hit into the billions is definitely there. As you'll see right here, getting your corpse explosions procced with your ultimate out, you can hit over 1 billion. It doesn't happen every time, but right there, 1.6, 2.1. But if you get your corpse explosions procs, and then closer to my character, you can see 1 billion, 1.9, 1.8, like it's there, 1.7. If you proc them, you have your ultimate, your tendrils, your bone prison, you can hit into there. So all those are fairly easy to do, and you can time it with the standing still and the guaranteed overpower. When it's halfway through, you start proccing, getting your corpse explosions, your tendrils out, and you can hit 300-400 mils, 500 mils quite often, even if you only get 1 or 2 of the procs right, like tendrils and a couple corpse explosions. But when they all line up, it really hits out. So I had a lot of fun with this build. I think it's definitely better for bossing. I was running 85s easier with this build. I wasn't getting everyone, but I could definitely get them done. It just the big hits that you get from the Bone Spear, like not big for a Bone Spear, not big for the season, but big for Bone Spear. It was just fun to play. This is it. We get the Deathless Visage Force, same as always, double roll in the Bone Spear, or chance for Bone Spear and Bone Spear. Deathless or Shroud of False Death, definitely. I think it's a must. It's really good. Gives you that extra damage and just that extra passive to everything gives us huge damage. Gloves, attack speed, bone spear, crit damage. Roll for stun for sure. Critical strike damage on your second tempering. This is the new piece right here, the Blood Moon Breaches. Try to get a better roll than me. I only got 120 out of 150. It's not a very good one, and it's not even leveled all the way up. So I need to do that. On your boots, you want Corpse Tendrils as your tempering and movement speed or movement speed during Blood Mist. I like movement speed during Blood Mist. It seems to save me, and I can like zip through a crowd really fast. I like it. Try to get greater affix into essence per second so that you can keep your essence just right up all the time. Grandfather's the same, double roll into damage. I would try to get greater affix on max life, not maximum resource. Either one is good, but this build is lacking on life a little bit, so wherever you can get more life, the better. Sacrificial Seal, try to roll Compound Fracture and Avulsion with your Masterworking. I'm getting really unlucky, but try to get 2 into Avulsion and 1 into Compound Fracture, so you get 5/5. Intelligence, attack speed, crit damage, resource cost reduction, critical strike damage. Ring's pretty standard. Try to get more into core. 1 into attack speed, 2 into core for your Masterworking would be good on the Star of the Skies. Skeletal Warriors. This is supposed to be there. We're doing 18% critical strike chance. Oh, and then, oh, that's why I did that. Your Skeletal Mages, you do a 35% increased damage. Vulnerable, you can run this one. I find the Vulnerable is just a little bit better. This one works fairly decent too, though. And then, as always, critical strike damage increase with the Iron Ball. Onto the skill tree. Skill tree is the same. I won't get too much into here. There's just 2 points there. Max out Bone Spear down to Paranormal. 3 into Huge Flesh. 3 into Imperfectly Balanced. 1 into Blood Mist. 2 into Necrotic. 3 into Titan's Fall. 3 into Spiked Armor. 1 into Corpse Explosion. 3 into Fueled Death. And then Bone Prison 1 all the way down to Ghastly Bone Prison. 2 into Death's Embrace. 3 into Amplify Damage. And then in Decrepify, you're going to come 1 into Decrepify all the way out to Abhorrent. 1 into Tendrils all the way out to Plague for the Vulnerable. And then you're going to do 1 into Serration and max out Compound Fracture, Avulsion, and Rapid Ossification. Just max those out as many points into those. And into these two. And then do 2 into Rapid. Then we're going to go 3 into Finality for that extra ultimate damage. 3 into Memento to give you that extra sacrifice. 3 into Standalone for the damage reduction. And then we're going to go 3 into Inspiring Leader. So that extra critical strength chance. Soul Rift, this is the new ultimate. Love it. 1 into Soul Rift all the way out, and then 1 into Ostfield Essence. Onto the Paragon. Paragon board, similar to the first one, but we change up one glyph and 1 board. So this is the starting board, and we're going to go with Exploit here. Use that vulnerable damage. Our second board is Bone Graft, and we're going to run Essence in this one. Max that out best you can. Third board is Flesh Eater, and we're going to run Control here. Same thing, max that one out. That gives you really good 110 intelligence into that one. Our fourth board is Frailty, and we're going to run Dominate. This is the new glyph, so you can get 79 willpower on this board, and it helps you overpower a lot. This is the new glyph, and it gives you those big 1 billion hits. Our final board is the new board, and it's Bloodbath, so you get that extra overpower. So you're going to pick up that overpower, you're going to pick up this overpower, and then we're going to run Sacrificial here, and it's going to boost. It's just going to boost all the magic nodes around here, which gives us a ton of more overpower damage. So that's the Paragon, and then with the Mercenaries, we're going to go Altican, and we're going to, instead of going to this side for vulnerable, we're going to go to where he has 5% chance to daze his enemies, which gives us that extra damage, because on here we have blood damaging enemy has a 20% chance to daze, so that'll just proc that a little bit more. And then whenever they're in his desecrates, like that purple line, you're going to do 15% times damage to them, which is huge. And then also too has 20% chance to daze for 1 second. So the 1 second daze isn't much, but with so many bone spears going out, it actually stops. And as always, Variana, get the Bloodthirst at 10% attack. I have it on Bone Spear just so that even say I miss up, I don't cast a Bone Prison or a Blood Mist, it's just always going out. Now, if you are struggling with resistances, I see how I'm just barely on my resistances build. Like I did it that way on purpose, just to be just perfect at the line. But say you're struggling for some Paragon points, and you absolutely need to sacrifice something. Sacrifice these. Like even this. Get rid of those. And come up to your essence board, or your bone graft board where your essence with is, and take away all of these. You're gonna lose a little bit of damage reduction in life, but I wouldn't get rid of that just because I like that 30% extra critical strike damage. So that gives you 34 more points. You can obviously too knock a few out of control. You know, even if you knock down, like take away these two here and this one here, you're still gonna have 286 times crowd control. I think that's still huge, right? And then even in Dominate too, there's a couple of these ones where you know you need to put 2 points in just to get one. Just get rid of them. Thing with that. Now you got 42 extra points just by doing that. And now your resistances though will be super low. So you don't want your armors 9. That's unfortunate that it's 999, but you just put one more thing into a Paragon, it'll be 1,000. But you go to Book of Your Dead and you run it here. This won't change too much. You're still at a critical strike chance of 71% before you use a Course of War. And then I think if I do a Course of War, what is it? No, that doesn't change anything. I'm talking about my attack speed. Yeah, so my attack speed would be up. Never mind that. But your resistances are all back at 70. So, and then you also have 42 extra points to go. So, there's definitely things you can do there. But yeah, that's the build. I'll post a planner in the bottom. Hope you guys enjoy playing Bone Spear as much as I do.